if there is or has been a lack, you find that, when we talk about mama's boys, these are things that I gradually see around my environment. There's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy because you love your mother. But at the same time, like you say, there are certain things that were instilled in me by my uncles.
A father is more than just paying bills and being there. Like a father, you can never be a father, just the way a father can never be a mother. Those are two different roles when it comes to parenting. They are two different defined roles that can never be close to mixed together. And then we found out right now in society, it's more like men are being reduced to a point whereby you are just that there. Kuja lipa bills, toka kwa hii nyumba, and come back. Like, how do we go about us just saying that we appreciate that father figure in that family? Like, if the father is not there by different circumstances, do you other people who come in and try to play that role, like your uncles, your brothers, your male friends? Like, is it just a role that people are right now are saying, fuck it, I'll do it by myself, Mimi, and continue and not even getting bothered about it? And does it affect how the family or the offsprings of that family come out?
Now here's my question, Mika. And I'd love, like the ladies to chime in, or maybe even you can call in. The number is 202-683-4570 *5. Unfortunately, we don't have a lady in studio today, but I know we have a lot of ladies in the audience.
I can change my voice.
I know we don't want that change
Hatutaki hiyo
voice. Yeah,
nonsense.
talk up. But
Magaidi nyinyi.
I think you went there.
I couldn't help it, but
No,
blood nonsense.
yeah, but seriously, we, like, why do you think this is happening? Because I think sometimes from my view, my perspective, I think sometimes we're not listened to as men.
No, we're not.
Whenever we bring up this conversation.
No, we're not.
Whenever I bring up this conversation,
No,
I feel
we're
like
not,
I
bro.
feel like we're not being listened to, and I think that's where like things get lost, and maybe sometimes we give up too quick, and we don't articulate ourselves effectively in a way to make other people understand what's happening, because this changes. Society has changed so fast. We came from a place where we saw like our fathers being very powerful.
Right.
And we're now in a place where sometimes the guy is there, the guy's leadership in the household is being challenged. When I say being challenged, it's there's this thing of talking about everything has to be mutual, everything has to be 50-50. No, whenever there's leadership, there's and this is where I think I'm gonna agree to disagree with some people. Yes, there should be consultation, but there has to be a clear leader. There's no such thing as co-leadership, and this is where I
And
think
that does not require a degree.
that
Carry
does not
on.
require a degree.
Just checking.
There's no such thing as co-leadership. This co-leadership thing that people talk about at where everything, like we both have to have
Finja.
there has to be someone who has a final say, because the things that you're going to disagree on, and with having someone with a final say doesn't mean that the opinion of the other person doesn't matter, but there has to be leadership in order to give direction. And I think when we sometimes talk about this, sometimes this gets lost in translation, like a lot of there's a lot of noise that comes out of it, and people tend not to listen to it.
I would say this, and of course now I think Ntava helmet,
Yeah.
Kevlar, bulletproof vest, and everything. Right now, what's happening is there's a lack of male role models to influence the boy child. And now, circumstances surrounding that, not sure. I can't say. But like now, for example, me was raised by a single mother.
Mhm.
But her brothers, to me, replaced
Your uncles.
my uncles replaced
Yeah.
them there. So there was that influence of unaona.
There was a strong male presence.
Yes. And nowadays, there's a lack in certain situations, there's a lack of a strong male presence. And by strong male presence, I mean that presence that will instill what you're talking about. Like, my friend,
Will inspire.
will inspire that, boss, if you're going to head a household, this is you need to back this way. You need to, this needs authoritatively, you need to handle things this way. There's a lack thereof. If there is or has been a lack, you find that, when we talk about mama's boys, these are things that I gradually see around my environment. There's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy because you love your mother. But at the same time, like you say, there are certain things that were instilled in me by my uncles. You'd be like, hold up, wait a minute. Utaguruma, there are times when there's a guruma, like, there are times you can be like, you disagree. And you decide, you know what? If the ship is sawa, tukifloat kienda kaende. Lakini if it floats, we are together. Unfortunately, sometimes the man or the dad or whatever does not really, at some point in time, does not really get that unconditional love. And it is very, very, very clear. And we were having a discussion, with some of the boys, and, we were like, most guys, most guys, I don't know about daughters, but I know, you start appreciating your daughters more as some of these things as they open up. But sometimes your old man becomes a lonely guy. Your old man, even if, let's say, for example, he's not hanging out with his buddies, or let's say, for example, unfortunately, if his buddies have passed on, he's a lonely guy. Because sana, the boys will call the mom, visit the mom, spend time with the mom, leave something with the mom. Right? But the mzee himself, nakuja wanasalimiwa, watu wanaenda kuangalia madhe. Watu wanakuja wanasalimia madhe, wanamsalimia mzee, wanaenda kuangalia madhe. But the man himself, when I say, like, even like, yo, mzee, what are you doing? Let me come pick you up. Let's go kula nyaki. Let us go, whatever. I'm not saying that people don't do that. I don't know. But me, from what I've seen and from what I've experienced, and by experiencing, I mean talking to guys who have been in a situation, you find that guys are the ones who tell you, what, sometimes I think we don't do our fathers enough justice. We don't spend enough time, because sana, who always comes to visit in the US? Your mother.
True.
Who is always getting angalia watoto, come and look after the kids or whatever? The mother. Kama anapewa kitu, ni mama anapewa kitu. Chances are guys have, like, I've never thought, wacha nisukumie mzee
Kakitu.
$20. Modhe, kula lunch.
I think it's the way we're brought up societally.
So you see, and that is why,
that of mzee,
because even it goes into the difference in terms of Mother's Day celebration versus Father's Day celebration. You know what? So we are here. Let us take up these celebrations that tumeletewa. Now we have come into this society. Tumepewa Father's Day na Mother's Day, sawa tuachukue. Fine. Tume accept. But how we treat our fathers versus how we treat our mothers is different. What do you guys think? Carry on. And I know you guys are thinking, because, you know, like now,
No.
me and Ali were in one group of schools, you know, raised
no.
by single mothers. Yes,
Yes.
Mika. Let me finish. Hold on. We are raised by, you know, we are raised by single mothers. But for me, I had my uncles there, and it is something that was reaffirmed.
I think same thing with Ali.
You
But
know,
anyway.
yeah, but for me, it was same thing that was reaffirmed. You know, when you look back, the reaffirmation was there. It's not that they just came out and said we were there for you, but you can see, you know, like when you meet, when you start seeing things, you're like, you know what, this was theirs, my uncles, you know. And I have to give a shout out to Babakar, aka Francis, you know, Franco. You know, that guy is my mom's BFF. You know, like that mzee has been there, right? And I truly appreciate now more than back in the day
Mhm.
what he has done.